when I be doing this, I hope the white man's watching that. I'll be praying that they be watching.
Bring it out.
I want the whole world to see this. Just how evil this people is and how much of a demise they've done to our people. They've done nothing but tear us down from the beginning of time.
I hate it here.
But little do they know, there is a God. Where we at? Yeah, play this thing. We gonna skip a lot. We ain't gonna be on long. We gonna be to about 11:30. We got a whole bunch of videos, but we gonna get to the juicy stuff.
The Osage took their name from Missouri and Osage rivers. Niukanska, children of the Middle Waters. Move, said the great white father. There are many, so many hungry wolves.
Say wolves, stop! They say wolves. Y'all don't mind the movie, yo. Y'all know they gotta have a bunch of Edomites try to play Gad. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is. It is. I'm not saying this sister ain't, or this woman ain't Gad, nothing like that, but the majority of the movie, you're gonna see a lot of white people playing Native American. That's just the way it is, man.
Damn.
Hell, then they got her fall in love with Leonardo DiCaprio. This stuff is crazy, man. How come we don't succeed in movies only if we married to the opposite nation? That's it.
What the hell is this?
If she was married to a Gadite brother, I'm telling you, she would not be the damn what's it called? She would not be a princess shown in this movie.
No.
She would not be. But the movie called A White Man Wolves. Say wolves everywhere. Go ahead.
Can you find the wolves in this picture?
Greed as an animal.
Can you find the wolves in this picture?
Damn, stop!
Hell no.
Hey, this might be a movie we need to go see as a damn school. It say, can you find the wolves in this picture?
Bring it
And
out.
it show nothing but all Edomites, white people in that picture. Hey, look up Osage tribe. Look that up.
It's crazy, Cap, because the movie have to ask that because we are so trustworthy of the white man.
Yep.
So-called natives were so trustworthy of the conquistadors. That's why in 2023 they even have to ask a question like, "Can you find them?
Right.
Can you notice
find
them?
the wolves in this picture?
Right. But we making it obvious. The Bible make it obvious.
Hey, go to we can't do Wikipedia. Yeah. Yep. Oh, go back. Right there. That's it. So this is what the movie is based off of, all right? Let's read it.
Osage Indian murders. The Osage Indian murders were a series of murders of Osage Native Americans in Osage County, Oklahoma, during the 1910s through the 1930s. Newspapers described the increasing number of unsolved murders as the Reign of Terror, lasting from 1921 to 1926. Some 60 or more wealthy, full-blood Osage Indians were reported killed from 1918 to 1931.
Go ahead, watch this.
Newer investigations indicate that other suspicious deaths during this time could have been misreported or covered up murders.
Oh, you better believe it. Hey, come on, y'all, pay attention, scroll down.
Including people who were heirs to future fortunes.
That's the point right there. People who were heirs to future fortunes. So we're going to find out what was the fortune that the Osage tribe was on. Go ahead.
Some of the murders were committed for the purposes of taking over land and wealth of Osage members whose land was producing valuable oil.
Valuable what?
Valuable oil.
So the land of the Osage tribe had valuable oil. Go ahead.
And who each had head rights that earned lucrative annual royalties.
Click on royalties. Yeah, read that.
A royalty payment. A royalty payment is a payment made by one party to another that owns a particular asset for the right to ongoing use of that asset. Royalties are typically agreed upon as a percentage of gross or net revenues derived from the use of an asset or a fixed price per unit sold of an item of such. But there are also other modes and metrics of compensation.
Here's the point.
A royalty interest is the right to collect a stream of future royalty payments.
So they took that away. They said, you know what? Y'all on this land, we got to kill y'all so that your children's children would never receive the royalty payments of this land. That's why a lot of these higher up Edomites, these white dudes, they so rich from birth, man. That's because their money gets passed down from generation to generation to generation. Then when you tell people this, they don't believe it. They don't believe it. Like, nah, that ain't true. Yes, it is, idiot.
Say what?
That's what they did to the Native American Indians. They took away the royalties. Hell, even the so-called blacks. They took their inventions, took their ideas, and then put patents under their names as white people so that their children's children could never receive royalty, could never receive the benefit of being wealthy in this country. They did the same thing, and they still doing it today. They still doing it today. What you see, I'm going to tell y'all straight. What y'all see today in America, all of it came from the idea of an Israelite man or woman. Right. All of it. Y'all all right over there? It's all right, bro. I mean, you messing the brother up, bro. Please, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Go ahead and read that. Some of the brothers. Where you at?
Investigation?
Yep.
Investigation by law enforcement, including the Bureau of Investigation, BOI, the preceding agency to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, revealed extensive corruption among local officials involved in the Osage Guardian program.
Go ahead.
Most of the murders were never prosecuted.
All of the murders were never prosecuted. Don't get tripped over these words. Most, some, many of. No, none of them were prosecuted.
Come on now, dog.
Come on.
However, some of those involved were convicted and sentenced, including William Hale, who ordered the murders of his nephew's wife and other members of her family to gain control of their oil rights.
Who ordered the murders of his nephew's wife. This is what the movie is about. Damn. William Hale ordered the murder of his nephew's wife and the tribal members to get control of the oil rights. Go ahead.
Two other men implicated with Hale, Henry Grammer and Asa Kirby, died during the investigation. Grammer died in
Hey, click on William Hale. Let's see. Go down. I do want to see something real quick. Go down. Stop. Go up. Stop. Go down. No, I'm playing. We can be in there who don't even look at police. Read Tom White. Tom White.
Tom White, special agent in charge, wrote in a 1932 memo to FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover.
Uh-oh.
Eventually, Hale became a millionaire who dominated local politics and seemingly could not be punished for any of the many crimes which were laid at his door.
So go up, and I want you to read, go down. What you say? Yeah.
A power player on the Osage reservation, Hale rose to local prominence through years of bribery, extortion, and intimidation. In 1921, he ordered the murders of his nephew's wife's sister and mother, followed by her cousin, another sister, and brother-in-law 2 years later to gain control of their oil rights.
So he murdered his nephew's wife, sister, and mother, followed by her cousin. So he left no seed to receive the royalties. He said, we're going to kill everybody to make sure that they don't receive any royalty. But then, go down. And I want you to read that part again. Eventually,
Hale became a millionaire.
This dude became a millionaire off of murder and robbing of so-called Native American people. Come on.
What the hell?
Who dominated local politics.
So, I mean, people were actually voting for this dude. He dominated politics.
Damn.
That means the American people knew that he murdered and slaughtered the Native American Indians, and they still voted for him. Come on.
Who dominated local politics and seemingly could not be punished.
Could not be what?
Could not be punished.
This dude was, what do you call invulnerable? What's the word? Invincible. Untouchable. Thank you. He was untouchable. Come on.
What the hell is this?
And seemingly could not be punished for any of the many crimes which were laid at his door.
See, that's why I hold that. Get Ezekiel 35. You see that? That's what the Most I say, man. The law is slack, man. The law is slack, man. They don't do nothing. Get Ezekiel 35. I want you to read verse 2.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 2.
Bring it out.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Mount Seir is a so-called white man. Come on.
And prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir,
Oh, white man.
I am against thee.
God said he against your ass. He against you. You got your people with you, but the God of heaven and earth says he's against you. Come on.
And I will stretch out mine hand against
The
thee.
Lord gonna smite thee. Come on.
And I will make thee most desolate.
He gonna make you base. Read on.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate.
With destruction come to this
That's
place.
right.
Read.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Verse 5.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
You know what type of hatred it takes for you to kill a mother, a daughter, sons, nieces, nephews, aunties, all for some damn oil? It takes an immensible amount of hatred, man. To hang a sister up on a tree, rip the baby out of her belly, and step on it. Smash the baby against the rock. You know how much hatred that takes? That takes amount of hatred that I don't even have.
What the hell is this?
I can't take a baby out. Some of us can't even gut a damn fish. Talk about some gutting a human.
Little bone baby.
A boy, right, still attached to the umbilical cord. Take that baby that's got fluid all over it and smash it against a stone.
I hate it here.
Or hang the woman up, she pregnant, butt naked, and while she kicking it and twitching, slice the belly open, the baby falls to the floor, and you step on his head.
Think God is not going to hold you guilty for that?
And during all these things, it's an audience.
Right, for everybody.
This ain't like it's hard for them to do. This is entertainment. This is joy.
This is joy.
That's a level of deep hatred.
That's some deep hatred. That's why the Most High say it's a perpetual hatred. Yeah. It's something that can't even be described. It can't even be explained. The type of demons you gotta have to do something like that.
Captain, they did it before and they did it now
They
too.
still doing it today. You see Rasheem Carter?
And they have impunity.
Yeah.
Untouchable.
Yeah, they untouchable. Yeah, hell yeah. You see Rasheem Carter?
Yeah.
How the hell you take somebody's spine up? His spine was detached from his body. How?
The hell is this?
Animals don't even do that. Animals don't even do that. That sound like hunters.
Vicious.
That sound like vicious white men who dress deers every week. The cunning hunter. Who know exactly how to take the backbone off the hip, know how to take the gallbladder out so don't destroy the meat, know exactly where to cut all the ligaments. That sound like a white
The
man.
hell is this?
And then spread his body parts
All over the
strategically
place.
all over the city.
Right, to make it seem like it was an animal. Oh yeah, this is animal. His skull was open. His brain was out.
I hate it
It was an
here.
animal. No, animals don't do that, man. Animals don't do that. I'm telling you, man, this man is evil, man. Read.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Shed the blood of the children of Israel. You so-called Native Americans, you are the children of Israel. You so-called Hispanics, you are the children of Israel.
Let loose.
God said he got something for this white man's ass, man. He got something for him because he has
That's right.
hated us so immensely. Come on.
By the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword, the bullet, come on.
In the time of their calamity. In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Watch this.
Therefore, as I live.
Hey, this is how you know God is black. This is how I know Christ is black.
Bring it out.
On my life. On everything.
Bring it out.
This is therefore as I live. On my life, I'm going to get you back. Hey, I'm going to tell you straight. When somebody say that, you know this nigga might mean business. I'm about to say, on my life, I got you. On my life, I'm going to get you. That means the rest of his life is dedicated to getting your ass.
That's all he's thinking about.
That was Christ saying. Reverse this again.
Therefore, as I live,
Come on.
saith the Lord God,
Read.
I will prepare thee unto blood.
God said, I will prepare thee unto blood. You know when you prepare something, I mean, I'm building you up
Aye.
just to destroy your ass.
Just for the fall.
Just for the fall, because I want you to be at your peak.
Bring it out.
I want to bring out all of my tricks. I want to bring out all of my powers just to show that you are actually nothing. I want you to get the strongest. I want you to get the most destructive. I want you to be the best of the best of the best, sir. Just so I can show you how powerful I am.
Message.
Damn! Read that part again, verse 6.
Therefore, as I live,
Therefore, my life, come on.
saith the Lord God,
read.
I will prepare thee unto blood,
I will prepare thee unto blood,
and blood shall pursue thee.
and blood shall pursue you. I'm going to put your ass to death. I'm going to punish you. I'm going to get you. Though hand join in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished. Come on.
Since thou hast not hated blood.
Since you don't hate blood, since you don't hate murdering, hey, this how you know we God's people. This how you know we God's people.
That's right.
We the only people that can hate this nation, but still go day to day, knowing that we must be harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. When this white man hates you, he can't hide it.
Can.
See, we can hide it. We gonna make this white man feel like we love them.
Yeah.
We gonna make this white man feel like we'll never turn our back on you, Billy. You got a friend in me. But it's impossible for this white man to fake his hate.
That's right.
It's impossible. It's gonna be shown eventually. Now what the most I say what? The iron's gonna always eventually is gonna rust. Never trust our enemy. For as iron rusts, so shall his wickedness. It's impossible for them to hide it. That's how we are the children of God. We have morals in us. We have that spirit in us to be like, you know what? I hate you, but I know I got to live peaceably with you. I hate your guts, but I got a family at home to feed. The white man will say, I hate all you. I got a wife and 10 kids, but I'm going to go shoot up a school anyway.
I hate it here.
I'm going to kill myself and kill my family. That's some white people stuff, man.
And we have our people have some type of hope in the end.
Right.
Like even in slavery, we would sing songs that would show the hope that we had, even though a lot of us didn't really know the Bible like that.
Yep.
We still feel like it's something good at the end.
Yep.
Most High got us.
Yep.
You know?
Because we already know. During slavery, swing low, sweet chariot. What are we talking about? We talking about Christ coming back to take us where? Home. The white man that teaches that. White man that okay, I want you to sing soprano, you alto, you bass. This is how the lyric's gonna go. The white man that teaches those Negro spirituals, it's just in us. Hell, we couldn't even read.
Hell no.
Go back. Where we at?
We just finished verse 6.
Oh, that's it. All right, so go back to the video. Was we done with that video? Okay, go back. That's fine. Yeah. Go to the next video. Because I really want to get to the end. We gonna have to skip a lot, y'all. We gonna have to skip. And let me see. Hold up. Where we at? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Play that. Come on.
On May 27, 1921, hunters were exploring a remote ravine in Osage County, Oklahoma, when they came across the decaying body of a 36-year-old woman who'd been shot in the back of the head. This woman would later be identified as Osage native Anna Brown. Hours later, another body would be found, also by gunshot to the head, and this person would turn out to be Anna's cousin, Charles Whitehorn. Several months later, Anna's sister Minnie and her mother Lizzie would both be found dead of a peculiar wasting illness. Unfortunately, this was just the beginning of what we now know as the Reign of Terror. Hello, I'm James, and welcome to True Crime Junkie. Today, I'll be diving into the deeply disturbing story of the Osage Nation murders. Our story begins with the Osage Nation, an indigenous tribe from North America that originally came from the Ohio and Mississippi River valleys. In the early 1800s, the Osage people had settled in the present-day Missouri and Arkansas regions and had become the dominant power, surviving on nomadic buffalo hunting and agriculture. In 1804, then President of the US, Thomas Jefferson, hosted a delegation of Osage Nation leaders. Jefferson allegedly called them the finest men we have ever seen and promised them that they shall know our nation only as friends.
Yeah, right.
Hell no.
Fortunately,
Stop.
that is not what would happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ain't what happened. Tell you, the white man, the devil, man, they said, man, y'all are the finest people we've ever met. You can assure that we'll be your friend. And then what they did, slaughtered them. Come on.
Come on now, dawg.
Play it.
Over the next 20 years, the Osage people would be slowly stripped of their land by the US government, losing almost 100 million acres, or approximately 156,000 square miles. Following this, the Osage tribe were forced into a domain in southeastern Kansas, which measured roughly 4 million acres. According to the US government, this land would be theirs forever. However, this promise would also be reneged. White settlers began squatting there, and the Osage were forced to sell. The Osage people would eventually come to settle in present-day Oklahoma, purchasing a parcel of land for roughly $1 million. It was land that no one else had wanted due to its unsuitability for agriculture.
So stop.
Yes.
It said they, so mind you, it said they had 400 million acres or 100 million acres?
4 million acres.
I think it was like 100 million acres they had or something like that. Then it was pushed to 4 million. Then it was pushed to a plot of land that they bought for 1 million that nobody else wanted.
What in the hell?
What? Now, what y'all pay attention to was that nobody else wanted this land. It was not good for agriculture. It wasn't good for nothing. They bought this land for $1 million. Nobody else wanted it. Go ahead.
Osage made sure to add in the purchase agreement that they would also own the oil, gas, coal, and other minerals below the ground. In the early 20th century, oil was indeed discovered on their land, and they leased it to prospectors. They became wealthy through the returns from leasing fees generated by their head rights, which are known as a legal grant of land given to settlers during the period of European colonization in the Americas. Now, according to David Grann's book, Killers of the Flower Moon, the Osage Nation and the Birth of the FBI, in 1923 alone, the tribe took in more than $30 million. That's equivalent to a staggering $400 million in today's money. As David Grann puts it, the Osage were considered the wealthiest people per capita in the world. With their wealth, the Osage were able to buy mansions and cars, yet many people found fault in this. A magazine at the time said, "Every time a new well is drilled, the Indians are that much richer."
Damn!
The Osage Indians are
Go ahead,
becoming so rich that something will have to be done about it. The government responded by deeming many of the Osage people as incompetent in managing their own monetary
Stop.
affairs.
Stop. Mind you, y'all, it just said they were the most wisest people, famous people, richest people on the earth. They was buying houses. In order to buy houses and cars, you got to be a little competent. You got to be competent in order to close on a house, to buy a car, to lease out your oil to other agencies, to other businesses. You got to be competent, man. And then all of a sudden this magazine comes out and says, every time an oil is digged, Native Indians gets richer. Something's got to be done. Right. That's what they did. They slandered them. And then the white man said, you know what? I don't think y'all are competent enough to run this oil industry y'all got. Go ahead.
Take a few.
And had guardians appointed to do this for them. Naturally, the Osage became targets for theft and also marriage. Allegedly, a white woman sent a letter to the tribe offering herself to a wealthy Osage man, stating, "Will you please tell the richest Indian you know of, and he will find me as good and true."
Stop. It said the Osage became big for being robbed and married. And guess who was marrying them? White people. White people.
They at the time they probably thought it was love.
It was
Cap.
love.
That's what they thought.
Not only love, but also royalty. It was royal to marry a white man. What? It was royal to marry a white woman. And that's what they thought. They thought, oh, damn, I can get a white man. I get a white woman. Oh, I'm living good. Not knowing that they only did that to get your royalty, to get your funding, your money from your people. That's why it's so big, man. Give me Deuteronomy, what's that? Deuteronomy 6? Yeah. That's why the Most High say keep, what he said, Sirach? So that race, to keep your flower of the seed of your, something like that? I forget how it go. Somebody find that. Yeah. Go ahead and read that off.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3.
Bring it out.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Go ahead.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Go ahead.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Meaning what? Not only will we learn the ways of the white man, we will not be in the ways of God. So that means everything about us that God gave us, we would deem it bad. Our hair, bad. Why you think, hey man, I was watching this video.
Come on now, dog.
I was watching this video. And, you got it? And I'm watching this video, and this is the most nerdiest white dude with no facial hair, just nerdy geek, goes up to the most ghettoest black woman with a ass out, titties out, and she is just head over heels for this nerdy white dude. She is just all smiles, all teeth. She want to give it up right there.
Hell no.
A black brother approach her, and it's, what you want? Nah, nope. You gotta have a car, you gotta have a 6 foot, you gotta be 6'8".
Wait a minute.
Your private part gotta be 12 inches long.
6-pack.
6-pack. Can't have no kids.
Houseway.
Gotta have good benefits. Good credit. That lets you know all of those qualifications is what she sees in a white man. Look. When she sees a white man, look at this. She don't have to ask the white man about any qualifications.
Somebody come and look.
Any human being can be. Anna Brown and her family are very important to this story, and you will come to understand why. Anna was a member of the Osage tribe and was known to enjoy speakeasies and whiskey. She was previously divorced, so owned her own estate and head rights. She had 3 sisters, Minnie, Rita and Molly, and a mother, Lizzie Kyle, all of whom were very wealthy. As mentioned at the beginning of the story, both Anna and Charles' bodies would be found on the 27th of May. Local police would conduct a short investigation and conclude that Anna and Charles were murdered by parties unknown and left it at that.
Parties unknown.
A month-
Okay, sure. Come on.
Later, Anna's sister Minnie would die of a strange, unexplained illness. Anna and Minnie's mother, Lizzie, had inherited head rights from her late husband, and now 2 of her deceased daughters. When she also died of the same wasting illness that had taken Minnie, her remaining daughters, Molly and Rita, became fabulously wealthy. Within the next few months, many other healthy Osage people befell the same unidentified wasting illness that had taken Minnie and Lizzie. On February the 6th, 1923, another relative of Anna, Henry Rowan Horse, was discovered shot in the head in his car on the reservation. One of Lizzie's 2 remaining daughters, Rita, was married to a white man named Bill Smith. Both Rita and Bill felt that the circumstances surrounding their family members' illnesses were suspicious and linked to the shootings of Anna Brown and Charles Whitehorn. Bill confided in his friends that he believed the strange illness was actually poisoning and that he didn't expect to live long. Following this, Rita and Bill began to receive threats and intimidating warnings, and on March the 10th, 1923, at around 3 a.m. in the morning, a bomb containing 5 gallons of nitroglycerin exploded on the porch of their home.
Yeah, don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
In Oklahoma? And they in Oklahoma? They bombing Black Wall Street. They bombed the Osage reservation.
Damn!
It's the same method, man. The same people going through the same curses, going through the same atrocities.
That's right.
All because they hate us. They hate to see us succeed. They hate to see us get ahead. They hate to see that. That's why you see more white CEOs than anything. That's why you see black, you don't see black NFL owners, NBA owners, record label owners. It's very rare.
TV station networks.
Right.
Look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah, they blackballed him. He tried to get a TV, and all of a sudden, he's a serial rapist. And he's out, and guess what? I just see the news like 20 more women came out again. Because he's out. Yeah, he's out. He's out of prison.
The hell is this?
Put him back.
And like a couple weeks ago, 20 more, I forget the number, but a bunch of more ugly-ass white Edomite women came out again and said that they also was raped by Bill Cosby.
Amazing.
So not only is this man having to suffer because of the things that he want to do to benefit his people, but now he ain't gonna never get ahead. You, my brother, are cursed. You are Israelite. You are an Israelite. Come on. Better sleep over there.
According to Grand's book, neighbours heard the explosion for miles around, with the force of the blast blowing out windows in the neighbouring town of Fairfax. Many searchers arrived at the house, including Rita's brother-in-law and Molly's husband, Ernest Buckhart. Bill Smith was severely injured, but would later die in hospital 4 days later. Both Rita and her servant Nellie Brookshire were killed instantly. On June 28, 1923, another Osage man, George Bighart, boarded a train to Oklahoma City to go to hospital. Doctors had suspected that Bighart's symptoms suggested he had actually ingested poisoned whiskey. Upon this revelation...
Stop! So they were They were poisoning them with liquor. They was putting poison inside their liquor. We just read it in Judith 5.
Yeah.
Come
This
on,
shall be
man.
your ruin. Go ahead. Again, it shows that they benefited off of our addiction. Just how they benefit today in Medicaid, they benefited back then with liquor. They was able to kill off our brothers and sisters, take the oil, take the money, take the royalties, and now these murderers and killers, their great-great-grandchildren are millionaires. Because they murdered the true owners of this land. Go ahead.
That's right.
Bighart phoned his lawyer, William Watkins Vaughan, and suggested they meet immediately for an urgent meeting. Bighart had suspicions about who may have been behind the murders of Osage people and said that he had access to documents that could prove this. The very next day, Vaughan was found missing when a porter on the train came to wake him and found his bed on the train had not been used. Only 36 hours after he had met with Bighart, Vaughan's body was found beside the railroad tracks 5 miles south of Pawhuska. His neck had been broken and his skull was crushed. Vaughan left behind a wife and 10 children.
Damn.
Between the years of 1921 to 1925, at least 60 other deaths of Osage men and women were reported, but the number is likely to have been a lot higher. All of the land was inherited or deeded to the government-appointed guardians, who were local white lawyers and businessmen. In the 1920s, detective police work was not as organised as it is today. A man named Harv Frias was the sheriff of Osage County at the time of the murders, and he was rumoured to have been friends with many gamblers and alcoholics. As expected, Frias was not doing much for the investigation into the deaths of the Osage members. The tribe were angry that the sheriff had done nothing to investigate, so they asked for help from a man named Barney McBride. Now, Barney was a white oil man who was on very good terms with the tribe and agreed to go to Washington, D.C. to request the government to assist with the investigation. Barney was found dead the next morning, stabbed over 20 times. Now, this is where the FBI come into the picture, formerly the Bureau of Investigation. In the 1920s, the FBI was still relatively small, with only a few hundred agents. In 1924, a man named J. Edgar Hoover was appointed director, even though he was only 29. He oversaw the expansion of the FBI's investigative capabilities and implemented new practices such as fingerprinting, handwriting analysis, and the use of forensic science in criminal investigations. Hoover appointed a man named Tom White to head the investigation into the Osage deaths. White was a Texan man who had grown up in a home connected to the police force, as his father was the local sheriff in Austin. White decided he would be the public face of the investigation and have other agents working undercover disguised as cattlemen, insurance agents, and oil prospectors. Through building trust with the Osage people and conducting undercover investigations, the FBI was led to a man named William Hale. William King Hale was once known as the King of the Osage Hills, but is now known as the Osage King of Crime. He was born on December 24, 1874, and originally came from Texas. Hale had become well known in the community where he built Hale Ranch and gained his wealth raising cattle. Hale's nephews, Brian and Ernest Buckhart, also migrated from Texas to Osage County, where they discovered the immense wealth of members of the Osage Nation. Ernest Buckhart was the husband of Molly Kyle, the last surviving member of Anna's family. Unfortunately, this marriage was not a result of true love. Rather, it was part of a well-thought-out and evil master plan concocted by Hale. Hale saw the wealth of the members of the Osage Nation and decided he wanted to steal it from them. he persuaded his nephew Ernest to marry Molly Kyle, a full-blooded Osage. Hale
Y'all heard that? He persuaded his nephew to marry the sister, a full-blooded Osage Indian. Why do you think that? To get the money. To kill her, then his nephew would get the money. Go ahead. Ain't no love, man. Don't no white man love you.
And Cabot said he was already wealthy.
Yeah, he was already wealthy.
From raising cattle.
You wanted more. Greedy, man. Greed. What did it say? Greed is like what? I forgot what the movie said. But go ahead.
then arranged for the murders of Molly's sisters, her brother-in-law, her mother, and her cousin in order to cash in on the insurance policies and head rights of each family member. Ernest then started to poison Molly, and if she died, they would be granted $500,000 a year or more. Luckily, Molly, who was a deeply religious person, had told a priest that she feared she was being poisoned. The priest told her not to drink any more alcohol, and he also alerted the FBI. Through threats, bribes, and false leads, Hale was able to hide from the investigation for 2 years. When police had gained the trust of the Osage, they built a case, and finally, Brian Buckhart talked. The so-called Osage Reign of Terror began with Anna in early May 1921. Brian Buckhart and his accomplice Kelsey Morrison met Anna at Molly's home, where she was very drunk. They then took her down to 3 Mile Creek, not far from her home, where Morrison shot and killed her. The same occurred for Molly's cousin, Charles Whitehorn. The strange wasting disease that claimed Minnie, Lizzie, and countless others was found to be poisoning. Hale and his nephews were also behind the nitroglycerin bomb that killed Rita, Bill, and their servant, Nettie. The extent of the killing was far greater than the Bureau ever exposed, and there were tens, if not hundreds, of murders that have yet to be solved to this day.
That's
In
it.
the case
That's
for
it. That's it. Get Micah. Get Micah. We ain't gonna be long. Matter of fact, we gonna end on this scripture. We got a lot of videos. We ain't gonna get to them. I really want to deal with that LGBTQ. Oh man, because Northern Kingdom is losing their damn mind with that thing. What I said? Nah, where it says they covered fields. Yeah, read that.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 2.
Bring it out. Let's read verse 1.
Verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
That's what they do. They work evil upon their beds. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
It is in the power of their hand to make things like nitroglycerin bombs and drop them on houses. It's in their power to do this stuff. It's in their power to take lands, covet fields, take oil, murder a whole generation, murder a whole family, man. Mothers, aunties, fathers, nieces, nephews, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, all so that you can be rich. All so that you can be rich. Go ahead.
And they covet fields.
And they covet fields. Go ahead.
And take them by violence.
And take them by violence, by murders, by killings, by rapings, by interracial marriage. I want your feel so bad. I'm going to marry your wife, your daughter, just so that I can get it in my family line. I'm marrying her just for the money. Go ahead.
And houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house.
So they do what?
So they oppress a man and his house.
A man in his house, his family, come on.
Even a man and his heritage.
And his whole heritage, man. They have stolen everything, and the world acts like this ain't go down. I watched the video when they say the kind of farms, slave farms. No, that was Bishop that brought that out. And I had to go back and watch it. The sex farms, they won't talk about that. When Bishop was going over the buck breaking, they won't talk about that. They won't talk about that stuff because they're so ashamed of what their forefathers did.
Think God is not going to hold you guilty for that?
I never heard about the Osage massacre. I never heard, and this happened hundreds of years, what, 1913, I think it
100
was?
years ago.
Yeah,
Yep.
about 100 years ago. This happened 100 years ago.
And they said to this day, still all the murders that Hale and his people committed still ain't really reached the surface.
Ain't reached
Come
the surface.
on,
It said
man.
tens of hundreds
Yeah.
have not been reported. They slaughtered a whole nation of people, man. A whole tribe of people. Just to get the money. That's how evil this people. They would have said they covet fields and they take it by what? By violence. And houses and take them away. That's what they do. Go ahead. Verse 3.
Verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil.
Come on.
From which ye shall not remove your necks.
Go ahead.
Neither shall ye go haughtily. For this time is evil.
God said ain't no escape, man. Which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily. For this time is it. Ain't no escape. Ain't no escape.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom. What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.